Well, all during the Republican primaries, we had this debate that we constantly talked about on Media Buzz, that I wrote about in many of my columns, and that many of you have strong opinions about. And that is, did the media create Donald Trump? How much did the media help Donald Trump? Were the media responsible for Donald Trump, winning, essentially clinching the Republican nomination? Well, now it's back, even though he is going to be the Republican nominee, despite the efforts of these Never Trump folks who think they can somehow flip delegates in Cleveland or launch the conservative third-party bid that would drain support from Donald Trump, which would be an interesting exercise if they could find anybody to do it. Nobody has yet raised their hand and said, yeah, I'll do a third-party bid. But I got a couple of tweets that caught my eye from Robert Brookman. So first he tweeted at me, does the Donald's nomination conclusively demonstrate the media will do anything for ratings? And I answered back and I said, the guy got 10 million votes in the primaries. Well, Brookman tweeted again, how can the media justify wall-to-wall coverage of a know-nothing clown and bigot like Donald early in the primary? Okay, so now we see where this is coming from. Like a lot of people who send very incendiary tweets, some of you like Donald Trump, and if anybody raises an eyebrow or uses the wrong adjective, you come at us. We could be incredibly fair to Donald Trump, as I have been, having interviewed the guy 5 times on my program. And Trump has said I've been largely fair to him, but you will come at me very hard. I get it. And if you don't like Donald Trump, and you think he shouldn't be the Republican nominee, and if you think, as Robert does, that he is a know-nothing clown and bigot, well, then you have a very different view. And you think, well, how could a majority of Republicans, or at least enough of a plurality to give Trump the nomination, how could they do this since I think the guy is so hateful and unqualified? It must be the media. The media are the ones that got Trump the nomination. Well, even if you think that the media gave way too much free airtime to Trump covering all those rallies and press conferences, and I've acknowledged many times that there was an imbalance there that probably did help Trump, but I balanced that by saying a lot of the saturation coverage that Trump got because he was good for ratings, sure, but also so good at working the news cycle and working the media, was negative. It was people blasting him. On Fox, it was Charles Krauthammer and Rich Lowry and Jonah Goldberg and Steve Hayes attacking him, and he attacked back. But to complete the point, even if you think the media played too big a role in what Trump accomplished, Donald Trump won this nomination not because of the media. Ronald Reagan won the nomination in 1980, and the media coverage against him was largely negative. George W. Bush won the election in 2000, lost the popular vote, but won the Electoral College despite a lot of critical media attention. Same thing happened in 2004 when Bush won re-election. So the media are very, very influential in the way they frame things, in the way they put messages out. Television, cable, newspapers, magazines, blogs, you name it. But we don't have that much power. If somebody wins a presidential nomination or presidential election, it probably means they had something going for them in terms of convincing Americans to vote for them. To blame it all on the media, I think, just misses the point.